Hello everybody, this is Shel Davis. I'm a sales engineer with Cloud Sherpas, and I'm going to do a quick demo of Google Maps within Salesforce.com. You can see that we're actually in Salesforce.com right now. I have a tab open, the Maps Demo tab. I've got some Google Maps drawing tools and a Google map that you can see here. On the map, you're actually looking at suppliers, customers, and we'll talk about these other types of data we can show in just a second. It is a Google map. As you can see, I can scroll it, I can zoom in, I can zoom out. I can even use the street view, bring it over here. Pretty standard functionality. Also too, up here on the left, I can switch to a terrain view. I can also use satellite. So again, a pretty standard Google map, the kind that we're used to, everyone likes to use, that we know and love. And what I'm about to show is some of the cool things you can do with the map inside of Salesforce.com. In this case, I think we're querying some data out of Maps Engine, but certainly we could query data from Salesforce.com as well, and we can mash that data together. You can see we have different suppliers shown on the screen. If I click on these suppliers, you can see that a pop-up comes up, and this pop-up is actually sort of a mini HTML page. So we actually have some active content in here. We're actually using the Google visualization library here to show what type of goods this particular supplier is selling. Also too, we can interact with Salesforce.com. I can click a link to open that particular account. And I can also change the way these icons are being displayed for the suppliers. So what you can see is that the suppliers' icons have changed colors, and green basically means that someone, the representative, the sales rep, has visited in the last 30 days. Yellow is the last 60, red is the last 90 days. And I can do the same thing with year-to-date sales. Again, you can see the icons have changed again. Similar criteria apply. Basically, the green ones are ones that the year-to-date sales are high, and the red ones are where the year-to-date sales are low. I'm going to turn off the suppliers for a second and focus on the customers. So with the customers, we've got stars and dots. The difference between these is actually an attribute. You can actually set this up in Maps Engine. It's not hard to do. It doesn't actually require coding. The stars are VIP customers. That's a particular attribute we're looking at. And the circles are just regular customers. I'll click on one of the circles now. And again, you can see here's some more data. This is just sort of back-end data that we have for this particular customer, some attributes. And we can do something similar with the customers that we were doing with the suppliers. So here what we're doing is we're showing a gradient. The darker greens are where the customer last visit has occurred recently. The lighter greens are where it's further out in time. We can do the same thing with average spend. And also too, we can do something called a heat map, which is a measurement of density. It doesn't look like much at this particular zoom level, but what I can do is I can zoom out. And when I do, you can start seeing concentrations of customers in certain areas. So see here in the middle of Salt Lake City. Also, you can see there's a concentration of customers right up here in the city of Logan. Maybe it'd be interesting to see the suppliers on top of this. You can see, I guess this is a sports authority. It's probably doing some pretty good business up there in Logan. So anyway, it's sort of some neat intelligence you can pull just from your data. Another thing that I can do with this is I can use these map tools that I was talking about earlier, draw a circle around a certain region, and this should give me the number of customers inside of the circle that I just drew. So here we go, we've got 67 customers, 405 visits total. I guess this is in thousands, maybe $768,000 being spent inside of that radius that I just drew. So again, some business intelligence and some aggregation can be done. The last part I was going to show is this. If I start clicking on some of these radio buttons over here, this is actually, I think, zip codes in the Utah area for sales reps. And basically, you can color these however you wish, but you can certainly line this up with area codes or other types of information. Also, too, down here, I can show some Google data. This is actually average household income, the darker areas being the higher level income on average, and the lighter areas being lower income. So again, if I zoom in, I can start to see maybe some of the data that we're looking at. Maybe we should be focusing more on some of this mountainous region here or down here. Also too, we can do average age. Again, this is Google demographic data. Oh, I guess we're actually in an area where there are a lot of young people. If I zoom out, yeah, I guess so we got some older people over here, but we got a lot of young people in this area. So anyway, those are the Google demographics areas. Thanks.